I'm going to do a series of segments every week for the next 12 weeks as part of a summary of my training each week for my first ever marathon that I'm running in June, the Grandma's Marathon in Minnesota. My overall goal is to finish the marathon. It's my first one ever, but I certainly want to beat 4 hours, and if I can, I would like to get a Boston qualifying time, which for my age at 60 is 3 hours and 50 minutes. And the whole way my coach had me put together my goal for the marathon is to first understand what a potential realistic goal pace is for me. And so I provided times I'd already hit in races for 5k, 10k and half marathons, and they put that in their running calculator, and Macmillan has one, and there's other organisations have running calculators. I think they all give pretty similar results, but anyway, when you put my times in for the races I'd run, it spat out the possibility that I could run a 3 hour 50 minute marathon. And that pace is 5 minutes and 27 seconds per kilometre. So that's my marathon goal pace. And then based on your marathon goal pace, you can use the running calculator to spit out training paces. So you'd have a recovery training pace, you have a tempo pace, you have a long easy run pace, and then obviously from your own past experience you've got your 10k and your 5k race paces. And so when your coach can then just use code basically that you've learned and tell you to do, today you're doing X at your 5k pace, or you're doing your long easy pace, or you're doing a recovery run at that pace, or you're going to spend a particular time you run at your marathon race pace. And so you need to invest that time up front to understand what your paces are and be very clear in your head when you're going out for a run what it is you're trying to hit, so that you can very quickly check on your watch or your GPS or whatever that you're hitting those targets. And another great measure that shows you the progress that you're going, other than the fact that you're not collapsing or you don't feel like crap, is heart rate. And if your heart rate's in a certain zone or in a certain range for a given pace, and you see that improving or getting worse, then you're getting a good indicator of how you're doing towards your goals. So there's a whole numbers game around the training side of this, that it's important to invest the time in up front to understand, and that really puts you in a much better position to be doing focused training and to not be wasting time ending up training at the wrong pace or the wrong heart rate or whatever. So I would certainly recommend spending a bit of time up front, making sure you understand what those numbers are for you. Besides, if you're like me, new to running a marathon and training for a marathon, although this is like the first week of 12 as my marathon training program, I spent the first 13 weeks of this year really getting some base mileage in, running 4 days a week, averaging about 30 miles, getting a long run in every Sunday. So I think the general message about, when I talk about this next 12 weeks, is that it's on top of an aerobic base that I've already built up, and I think that's really important. My general marathon training schedule over the next weeks is 5 days running per week. Generally I have a Monday off. Tuesday is kind of an easy run. Wednesday's my speed day. Thursday's like a recovery run after the speed day. I'll have Friday off, light run on a Saturday, and then Sunday's my long run. I had a half marathon race yesterday, Saturday, so I had to change the schedule around for that. The first time I've ever run on a trail, it was a primarily grassy trail, but there'd been a lot of heavy rain in Florida this week, so there was some real bad mud patches on there, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it did sap me as I got on in the race. But my goal was to maintain my marathon race pace for the half marathon, which I managed to do. So week 1 went well. I feel good at the end of it. I feel pretty fresh for next week.